Leo, how you getting on? So I thought I would do your evil twin versus twin, or twin versus twin, or whatever spiritual connection you are on, with a soulmate connection or journey. But this is for your August. Okay, so we'll see how we go. How you doing, Leo? So let's see, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August. Twin versus twin. Show me Leo. Leo for twin versus twin. Leo. So if you look at twin versus twin, if you look at twin flames, if you look at them exactly the same as a twin, a normal twin, they know each other's what each other's doing and thinking. Okay, so at the moment, this person is really thinking, is really analysing things. Okay, so they could be very. I'm really not picking up spiritual. I'm thinking that they are more of a family man or woman, more of a family man or woman. This is somebody that has a belief that could be so strong. There's a song there as well. This love is so strong, right? But a belief system that's so strong that it could be very tough in order to break through this kind of exterior. If you look at the clothing, someone could be into clothing, okay, but I mean, they would generally be a very good provider, but providing that they open up is what I'm picking up. Providing that this energy decides, because this energy would be the decider and the ruler. This person that would rule the roost, meaning that if they have a family, they would rule the roost. So they would be a feminine or masculine that would have family, but that would come first. You know, their family would come first, or if this is a bad energy, they would come first. But whichever way around it is, it could mean higher education and learning, and people that own their own businesses or run their own house, or they do their own housework, or they run their own clock. Basically, whatever they do within their life, they do it to a structure. They do it to the T, but to the T. This person could be someone that's over cleanly, and they would keep doing it and keep doing it. Whatever it is that this energy would do, they would just keep doing it and keep doing it every day by routine. Back to the old routine, back to the future, back to the old routine. But it would be very difficult in order for you to crack the exterior of this person, because they are ruled by thought. So it would be air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? But they would be ruled by thought. They would be ruled by society. This would be like also a Mr. or Mrs. Jones effect. They would be very concerned. This is a concerning energy. So concerned about the neighbours, concerned about society. They would be concerned about how people see them. They would have to remain in this stance in order to keep up the appearance of pride. So they would have a very stern outlet and out income. Also, it would have to be to the T of an income or an outcome, you know, is what I'm thinking. Income or outcome. Incomings or outgoings. But this could also be seprophilia, of someone that is attracted to emotional intelligence. This person could also be extremely intelligent or intellectual, and you can also form what we call is a phily, which is seprophilia, which can be emotional intelligence. So this person could be very intellectual or intelligent, and they would use that in order to do a business. But everybody works for everybody, but they could rule their own business also, but they would still work for a tax man. So you could work in the tax field, or being taxed, or taxing, or it could be very taxing to open up this energy because their belief would be their way, you know. So it would also be my way or the highway kind of thing. So it could be like more of a stubborn energy, but it could just literally be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Excuse me, Leo. I am trying to stop smoking again, and I've gone back to my old routine. Breaking out of a routine. So you might be trying to break out. Breaking bad is what I heard. Breaking bad. This person could be a bad person, and you're trying to break bad. It's like, listen, you've been bad. The Goonies, right? The Goonies. Someone could be playing the Goonies. Mama, you've been bad. That's just a film, but it could be a mother. That's what I'm picking up. A mother. You've been bad. The Goonies. I don't know why I channel so much messages through cards these days. That's my path and my written right, and that's what that person would say. Well, it's my path, it's my written right, and I'll do it my way. Right? They would. But if not, it still relates to the other energies. Let's see. So, show me for the other energy. So you got the Tower. So it could have a lot to do with at home. So this person could obviously be into themselves. Sexually, they could do it to themselves. But this could be walking on eggshells around somebody. So this could be the energy at the moment. It's like, wow. To be honest, it's like a standoff. Both energies are like the same. This energy is like, if you come near me when I'm in this stance, I don't want to know. It can be, okay? But I will hear the truth if you want to say it, but I'll still be the same, you know? Because that's the energy at the moment, but we'll see. But this energy is like, wow, if I reach out to them, are they going to fucking flip? Are they going to literally flip a lid? This could relate to a Scorpio energy, okay? Because it's rebirth, but it can also relate to Scorpio or Scorpio rising, okay? But either way, like a Scorpio energy. But this is an awakening to the truth. So there's some kind of truth that the connection at the moment is like standing on eggshells. This is someone that could be very over aggressive or explosive. Like it just takes them a second to change from zero to a hero, you know, from zero to a hero. It's like, listen, you say anything in the wrong manner and all of a sudden they just flip from Jekyll and Hyde. So this could also be someone that suffers from anything really, but like what do they call it, bipolar or something like that. It could be where it's very difficult in order to tread ground around them, because you know when you tread ground it's like walking on coals, it's like walking on ashes to ashes. So something seems to have ended. So really, in order for anything there, something has ended here though for them. So if we go into where retrograde has brought people back from the past, because a lot of that has happened where we've gone into fucking Marty McFly and Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown, someone could be a doctor is what I picked up. But like people have obviously come back from retrograde and it's been very tough on people. So there's been some kind of breakup and shake-up in the energy. Now, if that has happened, then obviously you've come from very rocky ground. You've come from being over defensive, which would still relate to a 7, you know. So that would still relate to like a 6 of where people have come back from the past of reflection. So someone is reflecting on this time also of what the fuck has happened. Why has this dynamic created this dynamic? There's a reflection, I think, between Sun, Moon, Rising and people where there's been obviously a fucking hallway of mirrors that have been thrown between people's energy, where people have returned back from the past. Is probably why I picked up on Spock. The film, right? But anyway, sorry. But people have returned back from the past and it's caused some kind of shake-up and break-up where it's thrown a mirror between a hallway and everyone's like, fucking hell, you trigger me off. This is a trigger. So this is a trigger happy. But they could be generally happy, right? But generally trigger. So this would be triggers that get formed between soulmates. You know, when soulmates come back, they start to fear, they start to panic, they become over aggressive, they start to project, because this is like a projection, okay, of worry, panic, fear that things are over, and then it's over between you, it's over between them, and a whole way of mirrors gets thrown between where you can project blame and aggression. You can. So you can become over aggressive, which we go on to a drama triangle, okay, aggression, scapegoat, victim, victim becomes a scapegoat becomes the victim gets very angry for that kind of stuff, they project that out to blame to the next person, and we all have that all over the place, and that is called karma. Right? So, and you have to excuse me, but I like to add a little bit of like humour into readings. You know, I also forget how difficult that is to go through really bad karmic soulmate situations that can last for years. Some of you, this could have lasted for years, and some of you, someone rising in Venus, it could have lasted for a short period of time before it broke down. Because this is someone that could be having a breakthrough or a breakdown. It's either a breakthrough and it's a breakthrough of moment of clarity. Okay, a moment of clarity gives you vision and it gives you one direction of sight, so you have an awakening. So it's one direction that this person could look in, because it's one direction, which is up. So which means obviously Scorpio rising. So you can have an awakenings, you can have awakening to the truth. You know, you have one direction and one vision that you know that's best for oneself, because it's a 7. So oneself could also be a wand, so it can be like someone that's very, very, very spiritual, because this aligns everybody with everybody. So they have a good external experience of a spiritual experience. So this person would be very spiritual, but this person could also be spiritual as well. You know, it's a spiritual advisor for some of you. But if there's a whole way of mirrors thrown between, you'll get very confused of thinking, that's kind of, you know, that happens within psychotherapy too. This could be a psychotherapist, okay, or a therapist, or a spiritual therapist, or a healer. But that would happen between psychotherapy, okay, and you would learn that because we mimic. Also, through human behavior, we mimic everything in life because we're copycats. We copycat, and we have to. We copy people for ascension in order to learn and grow, and then wisdom to pass it on from generation to generation. And then through fight or flight, through fighting, okay, fighting is a form of art that gets evolved. That's why it evolves to the next stage. And fighting, no one ever wins. But when you practice fighting, okay, you evolve it. I used to do I Ching, okay, and I Chi, and it was all about the art of fighting without fighting. You know, if you have a rabid dog that stands right in front of you, the last thing that you do is turn around and fucking peg it really quickly because it chases you, okay? So you form that kind of, you back off slowly. So this could be someone that backed off because of someone being very like aggressive, or because someone was very stern in their behavior. Okay, so these can cross match, and you can be like, relate the whole energy as one energy if you want. But because of someone's such stern behavior from the past, someone could have returned to their past, and it could have caused this, and it could have taught this energy to become more masculine now. Or this could be a masculine that started off as a masculine that could have been a woman or a man, and it could have started off as a masculine, and this person learned a lesson by this person not opening up and refusing to do anything. So this person had an awakening to the truth that things were over because this person was too, well, it just wasn't cross-matched. There was a cross-match. This is an energy that cross-matches itself with a negative and a negative, okay? So a negative, two positives, you know, you positive and form a bond, okay? So there's a negative and a positive. It's a bit of a cross-match of someone returning is what I'm feeling. Like there's someone else around the energy that either one caused this, because I'm doing this video now, whatever the, you know. So it's like now, here and now, here and now, hear me now. Someone could be a public speaker or so, okay? That could be very direct. They're both direct energies, to be honest, is what I'm picking up. So King of Swords. King of Swords. Please tell me more about the King of Swords. Okay. So you've got two cards. So I think this one really came out first, but it doesn't really matter. So that's healing from some kind of thing. This is rest and recuperation from something at work also. Something at work, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, solicitor, someone that runs their own business or family or anything like that. This person is healing from that. They're healing from work. They could be someone that overanalyzes a hell of a lot of stuff. And they overanalyze it because they can gather a lot of information, okay? Regardless of the sign, they can gather a lot of information. And they gather it, 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 and it leads to the point where it reduces their energy to where they need to rest, and then they try to lay it to rest. But because of that energy being then the King of Pentacles, there's a lot of masculinity that is formed through a reflection of this energy. Now, if these are in very good standings, if it's not, this is someone that works for the public eye, that does it in order to, because they love money. They love money, okay? Which, who doesn't, right? You got to have a good relationship with money, because you don't form a hate relationship with money. That's the way you manifest it, okay? So, but, you know, this is someone that also would have a family, but they would be either a woman or a man that has a family that could be single, a single and independent person, because there's a lot of independence here. So they might not be married or together with anybody, and they would be single, but what they do is they rule the roost. They own a house, they have a family, they own the house, or they either own a business themselves, or a spiritual, or a practice, we'll say that. They could be practicing a lot of things. But there is a lot of masculinity here to do with money and family. So their family heritage of belief would be very, very much like my house, my home, my structure, my business all comes first before anything. And if this energy really does want love, they would realize in order to sacrifice all that, you would have to come to them. It's a bit of that kind of thing. Like, no, you come to me now, you know. One, I've had enough, and two, my family's more important, you know. My job is more important, you know. So you've got that energy there. If this is, and people do, if you're going for a narcissistic kind of, or even if it's not, or it's someone that's just extremely stern and stubborn and stuck in their way, that's still this energy, okay? But this is someone that's trying to very much control their emotions because there's no love. There's no love. There is just structure of independence, a declaration of independence. Because this would be someone also that goes to war. Like, it could be, you know, someone that's been to war or goes to war, like purposely goes to war. They seek out information in order to, to get back to people. For some, this is only cross-matching energies of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, because I get cross-matched through my energy of being an empath, okay? So this person would definitely have a family or a business or just a family that rules the roost, that they look after. They wouldn't even have to have a lot of money, you know. They either could, or if they didn't, that would mean everything to them would be someone that's like, this person could meet a masculine person. So put it this way: if this was a woman, okay, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. There's a film, Richard Pryor again, and John, I forget what his name was now. But anyway, this person would, if it was a woman, they would be an independent woman. They would be like a masculine woman. They would be very, like, it would probably be a woman as if it would come across as a woman, but their belief system in their head would be someone that would be very, very, very difficult to actually show any emotion. Okay? Very difficult to show any emotion. Put it that way. So forget the star signs or the energy, because it's a lot of structure and steel. I felt steel heart, as in like steel. So it would represent like Batman and Superman and all that kind of stuff, as kind of like, well, I do all this and I go to work and I do all this and I look after everybody else and could be very good at their job, but when it comes to love, it would be very difficult for them to open up, because their belief has been so. I mean, this person here, if they're hurt, literally hurt, it depends. It really does depend. The job could be very good, but to open up love-wise would be like, it would be like trying to crack a safe, you know. That's the energy that I'm feeling through there. So let's see if this tower. Let's see if this tower. What's this tower for? Why is this tower here? Why is the tower here? If you want a personal reading, by the way, there is a link in the description for you to follow the email, because I'm opening my schedule again and filling some people up. So if you want a personal reading, just send me an email, please. The tower. Tell me more about why the tower was here on this side for this person. So there you go. Wow, you've got a lot of energy. You've got very standoffish. So this person, again, the same. I'm really picking up on so many different Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus people. So you've obviously got the sign of Aries, right? And you've got the sign of Scorpio. But what you do have is both of these composing energies of the King of Swords and the Emperor. Now the Emperor would do exactly the same as the King of Swords, but this person would definitely be someone that guides people also. They would really guide people, because they would absorb this energy through this tower, okay, through knowing what's best for themselves, because they would take their own feelings and emotions into consideration of knowing when to cut an energy off or not, you know, regardless of its sign. Because this could also be someone that does things esoterically, you know, an internal emperor knows what's best for his people. That's an emperor, you know. So he's a guide, he's a CEO, a leader, all that kind of stuff, you know, a motivational speaker. People that stand up, literally stand up for their own right. They stand up for people's rights, you know. So they would be an activist also, someone that has action, because it's an action taker, because it's the sign of Aries. But even that, it would definitely be someone that shows up as they are and say, well, fuck this is me. I'm here on camera, or I'm here doing my thing, and this is me, and I'm showing up the way I am, and this is me. Here I am, you know, here I am. So you've got like the Scorpio energy of rebirth, of now understanding that there was a greater purpose of something else that was better out there for somebody. So they listen. This person listens very much to the universe, because you've got 7 that aligns themselves with universal energy of like their chakras and everything. So they would be spiritual, they would have awakenings, and they would know what's best for them to walk away from an energy in order for rebirth, in order to learn a lesson, that they would take the lesson on well. It's a bit like a personal pull-up. They pull themselves up, you know, so pull themselves together, and they would pull other people up on their behaviour also. They would be like, hold on, come on. You know that's not right. There would be either a mother or a father or not, if they're independent, because it would also relate to independence. They would be someone that guides people, but they would be very direct also with what they say. You know, so there would be like, and it doesn't even matter of this, you know, it relates a lot to this channel and kind of stuff as well. You know, it would be somebody that tells people the truth, and it'd be like, well, that's, you know, that's the truth. I can't shade the truth any more than what it is. I have to tell you the truth, and this is what it is, and you either like it or leave it, or even if it's not as direct as that, it would just be somebody that's kind of, you know, they know what's best for themselves, so they separate themselves through a rebirth system. So they would be very spiritual, this person, because of the leading card being the Tower. So this person here might also have something to do with their home, or that they left this energy. But this person is a searcher, you know, they might be into the searchers, the searchers, but they are they're on a spiritual journey, put it that way. This person is definitely on a spiritual journey, you know. They're a traveller, they're a time traveller, they're a time warpist, you know, they definitely through this energy here. This person would also have a lot to do with building a business from the ground up. They would build a business from the ground up. They might even build a house, you know, structure and bit by bit, block by block, one bit by bit, you know. A foundation in life, if you've got a faulty foundation, you know, I used to build houses. If you've got a faulty foundation, a house will just crumble and deplete in a matter of, well, it depends how bad it was. It depends how bad this tower was. But generally in life, you build a house in order for families and stuff, for people to live in for all of their life. You know, a house can last for centuries, you know. So there might have been something dynamic, or is going on under their roof also, maybe. If not, they're having a new beginning at the same roof, or they're having a new beginning in a different house, meaning their house of where they are, they've either moved, because this is moving, okay, or they're staying, because this is a moving or staying, or stuck between a rock and a hard place, between a home or a business, meaning like I'm either going to stay at home and stay where I am, and here I am, you know, and I'm staying, because that would be an Aries energy also. I'm staying where I am, okay, and I'm going to continue on my business, and I'll mind my own business, okay, and I'll run my own business kind of feeling, you know. But it would also be someone that would do, that would probably have family belief of family of structure, a bit like the Hierophant, you know. It would be stern, direct, but what's best for the connection at the moment is it's a bit of a standoff. You've got composing energies of the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, where the King of Pentacles, the person that likes the money also, is actually looking for someone. There's someone here that's looking for someone. You can see these energies here, but this person is looking for someone like this. They're looking for someone like that. You know, they're looking for someone that can show themselves. I just heard show yourself up. Someone's saying don't even show yourself up, and someone's saying, well, here I am, you know. But there is someone out there. Is there anybody out there? Might be into Floyd, but There is someone here also that might be around an energy for some of a King of Pentacles that is also like a father figure or father or mother, but father figure that is looking for an emperor. That's looking for an emperor. So this is going to relate to somebody rising Venus crosswatchers. But there is someone in this energy that's very stern and stuck in their way. They are healing. But I can't get over that this is a different energy also for some people. Where there's a King of Pentacles that's looking for their empress or emperor. Empress or emperor. So tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Because you've got a lot of the same energy. But this person would be very spiritual. They would. This person might be spiritual, but they would probably not do anything esoteric. They would just do things as they would be good at their job. So they might be like a solicitor or a lawyer or someone that just works for public service, you know. So that could be a doctor or anything like that, but they would work for public service. But if you're saying now that they're fucking awful, Steve, then that might be because this energy is controlling. But there is a self-control energy here too, you see. This is more of a controlling energy for some, and this is more of a self-control for some. So some people might get cross-matched and think, well, they're selfish. But this energy would know what's best for itself, and this is where I would even get the fucking blame from people, you know. People do that, I've got no idea why, but that's a channeler, that's what you'd sign up for. So some people sign up for things, or they would be, where were we going with the connection? This person would be maybe seen as selfish, but they're probably not in the public eye. Like, they are in the public eye, but they're probably not in the public eye. Meaning, like, they would be someone that would be very caring and nurturing and loving, but they would love fire and passion and action. You know, they would. They might also have water in the chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You've got Pisces and Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Scorpio. But this energy would probably see them out as selfish, but there is someone that's watching. There is someone that's watching this energy. Guarantee you. But I just heard see ya. Sorry, I guarantee you, but see ya. I also heard that. I'm sorry, but that's what I hear. You know, it doesn't relate to everybody, but I did hear that. Well, see ya. But I'm still watching. Well, I'm here. Here I am. In the flesh. Another Pink Floyd song, right? Sorry. Lights, camera, action. Bah. In the flesh, right? You must know that one. The worms. The worms. When we're crawling on thin ice. Someone's crawling on thin ice. Someone is on thin ice, bruv. You are on thin ice for some. Someone could be like, listen, you are on fucking thin ice, bruv. You are like literally skating on thin ice. Pond life. When the minnows of pond life. You've got to know that song, people, surely. If not, you really need to look that one up. It's part of Pink Floyd and The Wall. I think it's the opening song, right? And we could go skating on the visions of pond life. Modern life. Might be also in something like Paul Weller. Underground. Going underground. When the boys stop playing and the girls stop playing with the underground. Right? Going underground. This person would go underground. They would seek seclusion into their feelings, and they would like morph into someone else. They would morph. And so if this is like a Scorpio rising or a Piscean energy or something like that, or a mutable energy, they would morph into someone else. That's what I'm saying. they would change things up and they would change their energy and they would have that action to absorb this energy from people, because this energy here would be like a mutable but also fixed. So if it's like a fixed Scorpio rising with, say, if this was a Piscean energy of water, they would know their intuition through the 8 and they would absorb that awakening and they would absorb that and they would morph, Mork and Mindy, Nanu, morph into someone else. Calling Norton, calling, someone's calling, or someone missed a call, I missed again, na na na. Right. Phil Collins. Someone could be called Phil or Collins, or someone could be calling a Phil McCracken. Sorry. Yeah. Phil's calling. It's a Phil McCracken, right? But they've probably got a crack or something. Sorry, no. They've probably got a crack in their foundation at home. There might be a crack or a leak, is what I'm picking up. Someone might be leaking wool. So for some women, it might be your stuff. But if not, there's a crack or a leak, and you could be skating in pond life, meaning like you might be skating on thin ice, or you might be skating on water. Literally, there might be a leak for some people, or a fire. But I'm not picking it up as fire. I'm picking it up more as fire. But water, like someone's gonna spring a leak. Now that either might be get over emotional, because it might have something to do with the woman's cycle, because this would be rebirth, so it would be a woman's becoming the change, like cycle. Okay, if not, there might be a leak of water for some people, like a crack in the foundation at home, or a split is what I'm picking up. Sorry, Leo. Why am I picking that up? There's or a car or something. Because this would have to do with travel, right? So it might be a Cancer energy. But skating on thin ice is what I picked up. What's the King of Pentacles for? So this person's got... Ooh. I mean, I hate to say it. They could have children. It could just be children, right? And one of their children could be a fire sign. Okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If not, this person, for some, could be a player, because this would be a player. This would be someone on a one-night stand, or they wouldn't stay long. Okay? Their energy won't stay long. Even if it's a metaphysical level of an energy that's felt, it's just because someone's trying to reconnect. Okay? So if that's reconnect by a message, that's because they're connecting via sending you a message. Okay? And it would be very fast and action-oriented, and they would say passionate stuff. If not, it's a reconnection of a metaphysical level of when you can just feel that someone's around, because you start to probably feel horny or passionate or something, or you can literally feel their energy around you. You can feel it, because it would be like a warm energy, but if it didn't stay long, it wouldn't stay long, and you would just feel it, and then it would be gone, and then you could feel drained, and then it might drain themselves because they would have to heal again. It's like they probably do it at night or something, where they feel the energy when they're resting, or dreaming, and they might dream of this energy. Dream, I picked it up again. Dreamer. Dream Dreamer. Aerosmith, right? But they might dream. Trying to manifest it. Thank you. Trying to manifest their dream. Man, woman, trying to manifest one. Well, they're probably trying to also manifest their children back into their lives, maybe. If not, they're trying to manifest money or someone wealthy. But they would also be like healthy, like physically looking healthy, but they might be unhealthy through this Four of Swords and this energy here. their manifesting level of confusion might be confused between the things they do at work and then what they do at home. And they probably get cross-matched of energy of probably being flirted with or a flirt or like that kind of thing also for some people. But I'm picking up more of them manifesting. They're trying to manifest something in their life, but I think they get very confused with what they manifest because I don't think that they stay long or people stay long with them. This, you have to go with the story, people, because that's why I'm trying to give you who's who, and that's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus people. So this can either be someone that's trying to reconnect with a message or they're trying to reconnect the energy again. But this energy seems to me like they try to reconnect an energy and they manifest it through their thoughts and feelings, like a restful state, but I think they only do it for a very short period of time. And this energy can get very frustrated, because this can be frustrated, for a man or woman or anything. And it's like frustrating sexually, but it's also frustrating as in their anger, as if to say, well, fuck, I just felt you. What? Sorry. What? I just felt you come. Sorry. Misinterpretation. I just felt you. I just felt you enter my energy, and then you went. Take that however you want, Leo, but I'm a channeler and I just speak. I just speak. Because this might not be a speaking energy, that's what I'm saying. It might not be a speaking energy. It's just an energy that could be felt on a metaphysical level of someone trying to connect, like through manifesting, through their, like, they could also be like empathic and stuff. All humans are empathic, but this energy, definitely. If not, if this person's not empathic, they're just very dynamic. They can be very dynamic for some people. They can be very aggressive and dynamic. This person could be. They could also be very stern and dynamic, where they would just fucking cut people out like a flash, Flash. Flash. Ah. He saved every one of us. Right? But like a flash is what I'm picking up. Probably watches like things like Flash on Netflix. Could be a runner. Sorry, thank you. This would be someone that would also run very fast. They'd be like, fuck it, bruv, I'm out. If you ain't going to reconnect properly, bruv, I'm out. And I'm running. Or like I am the runner now. Thank you. This person now is running, and what I'm picking up, from this energy now, because they're also stern and they're probably concentrated on work, and they have, or probably concentrated on children, all that kind of thing. But this energy still can be felt through some connections. The Emperor. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave it there, and then we're going to clarify this when we get over to, because this video is really going on. Dream Dreamer, right? Dream Dreamer. Da, da, da. Oh, I can't remember the lyrics. But anyway, that is your reading. So if you would like a personal reading, like I said, there is one in the description. This is also for people that are also over on Patreon. You get access to literally everything. You can watch whatever you like for your monthly. So if you are there and you've watched your monthly already, you can watch this one, and this will separate the energies down to give you more of an aspect of who's who, okay? But what we do over there, or Patreon or Vimeo, is we go in between. So the in-betweeners. So we start to reflect lessons of what's going on between the dynamic of both of you. And if there is third-party interference, sometimes I pick that up. It really does depend on the reading. But I ask what's coming in between the reading. Here, when we do these, and then we ask what's coming in between, that tells me a hell of a lot more. And then with the outcome at the end, okay? And then we go through lessons and all that kind of stuff, and thoughts and feelings of how they're feeling and they're thinking. But that generally comes out through the cards anyway, okay? If there's a lot of love and it's a great connection, then the outcome is great. But if not, it helps you more through society, because we also add in family dynamics and stuff that help you through your connection more than what you know, because it's show and tell of where we're all soulmates, we're all cut from the same cloth. But you can either find this over on Vimeo in the monthly folder and just watch this if you want to. If not, and you want to join Patreon like everybody, I am going to also do live readings over there, but I'm not sure I'm going to do the bi-weeklies. It'll either be live on Patreon or I will do it, I'm not really sure. But as far at the moment, it could well just be Patreon. It'll be listed as fire signs, earth signs, water signs, air signs, and I'm going to do do all 3, and then you can just watch those for your bi-weeklies. But that might be towards the end of the month. I'm not sure. But we will see. I will keep everybody updated. I'm hopefully going to do some also daily readings, but live, and go live on air, where I can talk to everybody if you want. But all the links are in the description for Patreon or Vimeo or a reading. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.